I was tired of only posting to my art accounts once a month, so I decided to challenge myself to see how long I could post new art every single day. This is what I've learned after posting new art 50 days in a row. I'm gonna start with the most obvious thing, but I'm gonna get specific about it. Daily art takes a ton of time. Notice the wording of my challenge. Post new art every single day. You'll see that this specific wording is kind of a running theme of this video. I'm not just drawing every day, I'm posting every day, and posting often takes just as much time as the actual art. For the most part, I'm not just throwing my art on the internet and calling it a day. My goal is to make both my art and my content about my art better. Not only does the art and content take time, but this is not the only thing I do. Balancing this challenge with my other work and my life has been really tricky. Luckily, I anticipated this going into it, and I've mostly been able to manage so far. Speaking of time management, the next thing I learned is that efficiency is harder than you think. One of my main goals with this challenge was to be more efficient with my art. Obviously, great art takes time, but that doesn't mean you can't find ways to speed it up. When starting the challenge, I thought my art would get a lot more efficient really fast, but there was something I didn't account for. As I got more efficient, I also got way more ambitious. I was right that my art got a lot faster, but consistent quality just wasn't quite enough for me. I wanted to constantly do better. That meant more time on details, learning new art methods, better editing practices, a whole lot of stuff. The upside is my art has improved significantly over a pretty short amount of time. The downside is I haven't been able to get ahead of myself and make multiple pieces per day to make life easier for my future self. Sorry, future self, but we're gonna get there. I'm still learning and working on it. I constantly have to balance my increased ambition with the next lesson I learned. You cannot make your best art every single day, and that is okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is great art. It's okay to have days when you're just not doing your best. But if you're not doing your best every day, then how do you get better? Believe it or not, there is a lot of middle ground between the best thing you've ever made and absolute garbage. I know, artist friends, it sounds fake, but it's true. Also, making just okay art or even bad art is one of the best ways of improving. You can see what's bad about it and do better the next day. It's also okay to just straight up have bad days. We cannot be on our best game mentally or creatively every single day. That's just not how reality works. Having a day here or there when you're just not feeling it and need to phone it in a little is fine. Back to the wording of my challenge. Post new art every single day. Does it say I have to post it to every account? That I have to make a video every day? No. Even though a big goal of mine is to make better content, another huge goal is to not burn out. Some days are simply an image post to Instagram or a quick video of something I made a long time ago, and that's okay. The streak stays alive and I get a little time to recenter and take care of myself. Bad days suck, but better days are always ahead, which made me learn another very unexpected lesson. Sometimes your best days can be a real threat to the daily streak. Some days I feel like I'm on fire. The art I'm making today is so awesome and I'm so proud of it, so much so that I want to spend more than one day on it. Suddenly it's 5 p.m. and I have nothing to post for today. Whoops! This little hiccup has happened a few times in the last 50 days, and it's always a not so fun moment of panic. This should be solved by having enough art to schedule posts a few days ahead of time, so hopefully this won't be a problem for much longer. Real quick, if you're finding this video helpful, please just drop a like, it really helps me with the algorithm. And because people tend to click away in the last second of the video, I'm an artist and I make a lot of art. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff in my shop, like this Planned Parenthood print, this I Put the Fun in Executive Dysfunction vinyl sticker, 5 different colors of True Love is a Full Party enamel pins, and pretty much everything also on shirts. On to the next lesson I learned from my daily art challenge, which is quantity leads to quality. This is something I already believed, but putting it into practice took this lesson to a whole new level. I feel like a lot of artists view perfectionism as a good thing, but I completely disagree. The logic is that if you push your art to be as perfect as possible, then you are also pushing your skills to new heights. But if you're spending so much time on small details that only you will notice, are you really improving the skills that matter? By forcing myself to make new art constantly, I'm improving the big picture skills that end up mattering a whole lot more than the tiny details. True perfection doesn't really exist, so don't chase it so hard that it gets in the way of your progress. A big way to help with that creative progress is to get creative with your prompt. Once again, we revisit why the wording of my prompt is so important. It's simple but very deliberate. Post new art every single day. New means new to my accounts. I didn't say it has to be my own art every single time. Also, I kept the word art purposefully vague. It doesn't always have to be an illustration. The vast majority of the time it is my own art and it is an illustration, but I love having the room to experiment with my content and keep the streak alive. One day I decided I wanted to make a video of my top 5 most beautiful vinyl records that I own. It's not my own art, it's not an illustration, but it is art and I posted it, so it works for the prompt. I love having that flexibility to get creative and try some new things. If you want to see how long I can keep the streak alive, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you want to make it a little easier on me, that shop link I mentioned is in the description. Okay, bye!